Hey friends, welcome to the Perry Center podcast where life meets life. My name is Nate. I'm the executive director for the Perry Center Maternity Home, and I'm joined with some friends, Danny and Andrea. Thanks for being here and being on this podcast. Yep.
Here we go.
I love doing podcasts with friends because this is where we can be awkward and everyone's like, this is so weird. And like, what do I do with my hands and what camera do I look at? But I'm super grateful that you're here. I'm super grateful that you guys are passionate about what we do here. We actually just did a tour, like a 2-minute tour before, and it's like night and day from what it was, right?
Oh my, I can't believe it.
Yeah. It blows my mind. And so the effect that you had, like just walking in, you're like, oh my gosh, our residents are having that same feeling and that same excitement. And I think that's so fun. And so I love that you guys have kind of just been all in. Your daughter works here, and she's been sorting bricks of diapers.
Yeah. Yes, she has.
Yeah. What has she been like? What did I get myself into?
No, she actually really likes it.
Okay.
She loves the residents.
Really?
She wishes like that they talk, like the ones that don't talk to her.
Yeah.
She's like, I want them to talk to me more, you know?
Yeah.
There's one, I don't know who it is. There's a resident and she really loves the kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
I love that her interview was barely an interview because I just, our kids do school and life together and you kind of just know the families and you're like, this is a no-brainer. This would be great. And and so I was trying to explain the job to her and I was like, you're going to be doing everything. and she was like, no, I'm, like what specific? I was like, don't ask questions. It's going to be like everything. Every day is going to be different for you. You're going to go to the grocery store. You're going to sort piles of diapers. You're going to clean things. And so
it's been good.
Yeah. Super grateful for her and you guys just allowing her to come to the Perry Center and be a part of our ministry. So you guys kind of have a unique perspective. And so on this show, we're always trying to just share deeper dives of the Perry Center, our residents, some of the history pieces. And so in this episode, I wanted to talk about mentoring and our mentor program that we have. So you guys collectively do this, like husband and wife mentor our residents. And I think the resident that you were paired with, it's kind of the perfect match.
For sure.
And for so, sure. Yeah, for sure. The perfect match. Yeah, for sure. And I remember how this conversation started, and we'll get into it. But this resident in particular has a husband. And so what I find really powerful is that you guys are doing this together and you are mentoring another couple. It's not just a mom and her baby, but you're mentoring a husband as well. And I think that's super powerful. I'd love to see more of that. But tell me a little bit, like, what's your perspective of how we got to where we are as far as mentoring?
Well, it was at the park volleyball game.
Yep.
Our daughters must have been on
playing volleyball together.
Yep. And I still remember you're like, hey, what are you up to? I'm like, what do you mean?
It was very direct. It was playing aloof a little bit.
Yeah. And basically you just said, I think you should be a mentor mom. And I was like, I don't know what that is. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
And you just said, pray about it. And I think it was it almost a year later?
Yeah, maybe somewhere around there.
And I was like, I think maybe that's something I want to do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like it started with like a bug in your ear. Like, would you consider something like this?
Totally.
And the natural disposition is to be like, I'm busy. I don't have time.
Yep.
Can't do it. I hear it all the time. I don't accept that, obviously, because you're here. But I also know, like, we as believers and even standing in the same life movement, like, we got to spur each other on and we have to push people to uncomfortable places.
I actually appreciated that you did that, and I never stopped thinking about it. And I wouldn't have done it had you not called me out.
I know.
So it was, I mean, it was good.
And from like my perspective, it was like this time she was doing BSF.
Yeah.
But there's this like I feel like I'm called to do something more.
Yeah.
Like to spend maybe someone younger women, and then all of a sudden you ask that question,
Mm.
and it's like it's just sparked that.
Yeah.
I think she contemplated for a while, but for the most part, I think she was already feeling a pull towards like not mentoring, but maybe like doing a Bible study with younger generations. And then it's like you planted that and just kind of stoked that flame, and it just kind of took off.
And you have like
Totally.
a highly energetic personality. You're bubbly, happy all the time. I never see you frustrated or upset.
Oh, good.
So congratulations.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you some stories.
Are my kids going to see this?
Maybe, possibly. It's on the internet. It's there forever. But what I love, what I love was the season that we were in. There was a resident that had the same type of energy, the excitement, the bubble. It's like she's smiling all the time. And every time I looked at her, I was like, man, Andrea would be like, you guys would be two peas in a pod.
Yes.
And so that's where I was just like, hey, I know we talked about this, but I have a resident that would be perfect for you. And it didn't take long for you to say yes. And you're a busy mom with multiple kids, and life is there's a lot going on. And so when we paired you guys, what was that kind of like? What was your initial thought? And maybe Danny, if you have any thoughts on that too.
I mean, I was definitely nervous, for sure. I just didn't know what to expect.
Right.
And I think I remember our first meeting, I even asked her that, like, what do you expect? Like, what are your expectations of this? Like, who am I to you? Am I your friend? Do you want a mom? You know, do you want me to be your chauffeur, or do you want to like come to my house? You know, I just didn't know what she was expecting. And honestly, when I asked her, she didn't know either. But I think it still was good to ask that.
Yeah.
That it felt helpful and kind of just like, oh yeah. But she was, I mean, easy from the start for sure. Yeah, totally a joy. It definitely has evolved. You know, like, I mean, just like any relationship, you have to get to know somebody. And in the beginning, it felt maybe more like a mentorship. I mean, not like, I mean, I think you could attest. I'd always be like, I'm not adequate for this. I don't know what I should say or like what I should, I mean, you know, our personalities are probably similar, but like our lives are so different.
Yes.
You know? So it's like, I don't know how to speak into that, or like, I've never experienced that. So feeling inadequate, definitely. But now now we're a year and a half in or something like that. Now I just feel it's more of like a friendship. And now we get together every week, and right now we're doing a Bible study, and I don't feel like I'm coming to the table to tell her something, like we're both coming and like, how did it speak to you? And how did know, so that's been really cool.
That's so good. See, these are the things I don't hear. So I don't get all the inside scoop that people are still getting together. So that makes me really happy.
Yeah. We read a couple books together, and then now we're doing an actual Bible study that has like homework every day.
Yeah, come on. Let's go.
Yeah. And then, so we meet every week, and it's been great. I mean, it's just so good it reminds you how big the kingdom is, Yeah. It's not just for people that look like me and sound like me and have a life similar to mine. It's just, it's for everyone, and listening to how the Lord is speaking to her and redeeming her, like all the things. I mean, every time I come home, I'm like, I feel like I'm on like a God high, like it's inspired my faith along the way and reminded me like, oh yeah, I mean, I sometimes, maybe in a life more like ours. It's like, we know he's faithful, but are we experiencing it every day?
Yeah.
I mean, we are, but we're not noticing that we are. You know what I mean? Or like, so anyways, that part has been super good, and it has come home to the kids too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think like how it started. I think there's, you don't know. Like you get this kind of thought in your head. This is what it's going to be like. This is what she's going to look like. This is what it's going to be. And then you go and you're like, oh man, she's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like she smiles. She's fun. But a very diverse story. Just kind of crazy story. Mm-hmm. And it's like, man, that just evolved over time. And I would say, I guess, at first it was probably mentorship, but now it's more like, all right, this is growing and we're doing life together.
Yeah.
Like this is life. You come into the table, you're talking about things, talking about life.
Yeah.
But it's been cool to see it evolve in that way, where like I think your expectation was like, oh, this is gonna be awkward and weird. I'm probably inadequate. Like my life has been very straight line, nothing too crazy. And then you just had that relationship.
Yeah.
Like I'd say she broke down your barrier too.
Totally.
Right? Like
Yeah.
she like reached you and like connected with you, and it just like took the wall down, and now you guys are like, just doing life, which is pretty cool to see.
I think one of the moments that I remember was in the last fall fundraiser, and you guys were all sitting at the table together, her and her husband and you guys, and in her impact video that she had, she talks about her mentor mom, and like, it's one of the coolest moments because in that video, she's like, I love her and she loves me, and like we're best friends. And I was like, I'm wrecked. Like just watching that unfold. That's exactly what our intentions are with that you guys are willing to do just that life on life ministry, meet them where they're at, all of their history, all of that stuff, and say, we don't care about that.
Yeah.
We're interested in who you are now and where you're going to go. So with Ashley in particular, she's married, and at what point did Danny kind of get involved? Because this was an Andrea thing that eventually you got roped into, because we're like, also here's a guy that maybe you want to have some conversations with.
Yeah, I mean, it happened a month or two in, probably.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know exactly when, but it was like, all right, Ashley has this guy. He works nights, so can't really hang out with him very often.
That was tricky.
Which was super tricky, but like, hey, he's off, I think, on a Friday night. He'll wake up at like 5 o'clock. Do you want to try to do dinner? And so we went to like get pizza and pasta together, and we brought, it was Ashley and Brett on one side, Andrew and I, and then a table full of kids over on the other side.
Yeah.
And we like just like got to know them. And we're asking questions about, where you're from, like, where'd you grow up, how'd you end up in North Dakota, those kind of things.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, it's one of those things where it's pretty easy. A guy, intelligent guy, hardworking, dedicated, and it's like, and he has all the aspects like one of my friends would have, one of my friends would have. So like, easy to connect with them. So it was at that McKinsey River, something like that. Pizza,
classy
burger.
joint. I like it.
First
Exactly,
place.
it's great.
Yeah, I actually took Brett out to Sammy's Pizza downtown, and just to get to know him as well. Okay, you're around. What does this mean?
Yeah.
And how do we come alongside you as well? And we've kind of been in an interesting season. I think we're kind of out of it right now, but we've had a lot of residents that have had men in their life. If that's a husband, if that's fiance or boyfriend. And the challenge for us is, how do we come alongside these guys around? Because it seems like they're going to stick around. So how can we mentor them? How can we build them up? We see so many women when they graduate our program and they're still in a relationship. They're like, their significant others, like, she's so much further ahead than I am. Like, what is there anything for me? And I think something like this mentor program can do wonders for these couples. I mean, for those that want to make a change. It's not for everybody.
Right.
And you guys know that. So with mentoring, what has been, it comes with challenges, right? Especially early on. I think it's great that you started with expectations. Like, who am I to you? What does this look like? How do we get together? The details, right?
Yeah.
Not everybody goes through those conversations. We try to set the table a little bit, but it really is on the mentor to like, this is what we'd like to see or how it works. So what were some of those challenges coming into this or initially that you were facing?
I mean, just like I kind of mentioned, personally, I definitely felt inadequate. I just didn't know, like a mentor, that sounds like
That's a
I should
big
know
deal.
something or something, like, so I would frequently be like, I don't have, like, I don't know what, I'm not a counselor.
Yeah.
I'm not,
And they just started unloading day one. And
Yeah.
you're like, Chat GPT, what do I do? Help me.
yeah.
Yeah.
And time was hard.
Yep.
Like juggling, my own kids, their schedule, but wanting her and them to feel important and like, making time. And then as the relationship evolved more, like, for the first, I don't know, 6 months or whatever, like we would just meet for coffee and then they would come to dinner at our house. And then, I would say to Danny, like, I feel like we need to do more, like just to meet for coffee. We've talked about a lot of things for 6 months, there was a piece of me that was like, I don't want her to get bored with me, like we should do something.
Yeah.
She's passing me.
Yeah, totally. So anyways, and then you guys had held a dinner for mentor moms.
Yep.
And that was one of the ideas is to like read a book or like invite her to your small groups and stuff. So we actually did, and she's come. Brett worked overnight, so it didn't
That's
work.
tough, yeah.
It was hard, yeah. But she has come to that, and then we did a couple books together, like not a novel, not a Bible study, but like a God book that had like discussion questions. Yeah. And that was really enjoyable, and it like sparks good conversation. Again, though, I'd be like, I don't have the answer, but I think they're so honest, which makes them easy, and then it allows us to be honest. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
That's good.
I do think that's a great point. Like that's one thing that Ashley and Brett have is that honesty.
Yeah.
Like and it's like it's so easy to be a friend to because
Yes.
it's like you know what the truth is, and they'll just kind of pour that out there, and it makes it easier that relationship. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we're in hockey season with our own kids,
Yep.
which is crazy. So, like, what's hard?
Hockey, for those that are not in
gosh.
from this area, hockey in North Dakota, Minnesota is
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
It's a way of life.
It's a way
of life.
You're a hockey player, you're like, it's the way of life. Yeah. So it's a little crazy for those listeners that are in California or Texas. They're like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's equivalent to like bow hunting down south. Or I don't know if that's the right. I don't know. I'm
Go with it. It works.
I'm
It
not
works.
from the south. Somebody will send me a message, be like, I'll tell you what we do down here. Football. Why did I pick bow hunting? I have no idea. It's on my mind, I guess. Sorry. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, no, so like stuff like that, like as life, then it's hard to find time or, even this hockey season time has been more like I'm meeting with her and they're not coming over as much. And then I feel bad, like there's just like the ebb and flow of real life.
But that's it. Like we try to have them over, and then I think someone was sick, and then or like Brett's dad was coming to town. We were gonna have the whole everybody over, have his dad over, but then like his plane was delayed or something. He missed a flight, so he didn't show up, and then we were gone for hockey.
Yep.
And so it's just like we just kind of miss each other. But you guys for sure see each other once
Yeah.
a week.
Yeah.
But that's true to life.
Yeah.
With any relationship, I don't know how many times I try to set something up and it never works. And how many guys I've tried to like sit and play video games with that were like, yeah, it's never going to happen. Not tonight. Maybe we'll try again, a text here or there, but it goes a long ways that the effort is there.
Yeah. Actually, I thought of something else that has felt hard sometimes is like watching them on the, like, there have been a couple of times where like we just want to fix it
Yeah.
and had to kind of be like, oh, well, maybe that's part of the process to like learn and get back on your feet, or, like a home.
Yeah.
It's like, I can be like, what, can't we just like figure this out for them?
Yeah.
Like
Find another house.
Yeah, or like we could be the renters and they can rent. Like I don't know, just we've had a ton of conversations like that, and like how you kind of want to be the savior sometimes.
Yeah.
Like how can we just want to fix it?
Yeah.
But learning like that is part of the process, part of their journey too.
Yeah.
And just doing little things, but
For sure, but the beautiful thing is like they figure it out.
Yeah.
well, that's just it.
Like they're awesome. They figure everything out and they get everything
Yeah.
arranged, and it's fun to see. So
Yeah, and the same as parenting, right?
Totally.
When we're raising them and teaching them,
Totally.
but there's going to be times that they're going to fall, and there's going to be times that they're going to struggle, and it's okay. What do we do? And I remember as a young teen going through things like this, and my parents were like, "Do we let them just figure it out?" And sometimes you feel like I don't want to be the standoff parent on this situation, but those are the moments that you learn and you
Right.
grow, and you're like, that didn't go well. I'm not going to do that again. And so what's beautiful even with their story is they come from really difficult backgrounds and some really heavy issues. And everything is so new to them.
Yeah.
When you're looking at sobriety or any of those pieces, that's decision-making is different. And it's harder. And like where you're like, I'm actually processing these things. Like I'm not just being spontaneous and just
Right.
I'm doing this. And so it's nice that they at least have some guardrails because maybe they didn't have those growing up or just their situation that, yes, you're not fixing their solution or fixing their problem, but you guys are those guardrails of, no, come back over here, or like focus on this. And I think that's such an important piece for them.
And also, like when we take ourselves out of it, then it really allows the Lord to shine,
Yeah.
And then when the pieces fall together, it's like, oh my gosh, look at, like, He continues to take care of you,
Yeah. What have been some of those like highlight moments? Me looking at your life, 30,000 foot view, I would say the fall fundraiser was the highlight where I'm like, oh, that was so beautiful. It was a beautiful moment. But what would you say mentoring, what have been those like, this has been so good? And even when I said the challenges, those challenges didn't seem like they were that challenging.
Right. It hasn't, honestly, it hasn't been hard, really. Time is hard.
I would say on our end, but like their housing situation, right? Like they had to kind of figure out and navigate their living situation, which, as a listening ear, maybe not so stressful for us, but stressful for them. And so like it's fun to see them like succeed in all those things, but yeah, I don't know.
I think
It hasn't been too terribly hard,
no.
but I think it's just because we're watching and just like giving them advice once in a while, or you give Ashley advice once in a while.
Yeah.
I think definitely a highlight was probably the birthday party.
It was fun, yeah.
Because
It was
all
a lot
the
of fun.
kids-
I was there.
Yeah.
That should
Yeah.
have been a highlight that I picked. So
It was fun.
It was a highlight for a lot of reasons. First of all, like I actually just felt so grateful that she asked. I was like, oh yes, like this is where we're at. She can ask me, like I just felt so grateful. That's like one thing about the whole thing that we talk about all the time is like, when you're in relationship with people and people that are different than you or have a different story, and you just are kind of in awe, like that the Lord wants to use you, like that you can partner with the Lord
That's
to
good.
like be the hands and feet. But anyways, so that she asked, I just loved that. And I was like, oh, I just felt like we had made it in our relationship or something,
We took it to the next
level.
Yeah.
And then I still remember, I don't know where we were. We were out of town, and she sent me a text like, I'm freaking out. Can you call me or something? And, your heart just drops for
Right. Yeah,
for like, for like a hot minute,
Yeah.
And I called her, I'm like, what's the matter? And she was like, I think I invited too many people.
And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no problem. Invite anybody you want.
We're okay.
Yeah. But it was so great. And our kids were there, and it was just like, it just felt joyful.
Yeah.
And everybody there had a story.
Yeah.
And everybody, it was just, kind of, I think I mentioned, but you just are reminded, the kingdom is actually really big.
Yeah. It's so good.
Everyone's invited. And it just felt like an honor that we could provide.
Yeah. I loved it. I mean, I'm not much for Saturday morning, adventures and birthday parties. I'm not a big birthday party kind of guy. But to see the joy on their faces and to see we have a place that we can actually host an event like this. And I mean, we weren't talking hundreds of people. There might have been 15 people, or I can't even remember what it was. But just the excitement that they could invite people into your home. And what I love, and I already shared this, that you guys set your preferences aside, how you like to operate the house or how you like things set a certain way or whatever it is. And you just served her and met her where she was at. And I think that's such a big deal. When I invite people in my house, I'm like, here are my rules, and you didn't have that. It was a space where everyone could come in, feel welcome. There were people from all different backgrounds there, and you just created a beautiful space, the decorations and all the fun things that it's just.
She did the decorations. I did the food. She did the decorations.
True story.
All of it was amazing, though. I mean, all of it was incredible that you're willing to do something like that.
Yeah.
For some strangers too. You don't really have
right.
Any people that outside of your resident that you're mentoring, and so be proud of that. I think that's really special that you're willing to set those things aside.
But it's so impactful. Even they all left, and our kids were like, "Can we please do it again? Who other birthday parties can we do?"
You could start a service. Hear me out. Start a service where you provide your home for birthday parties.
Let's do it.
Just birthday parties. I was roaming around your property and the sauna. We were checking that out, and there you go, birthday parties. We'll put it in the link down below. No,
Address will be below.
Yeah, it'll be right there. So VRBO. So yeah.
But there truly is something how the Lord blesses it.
Yeah.
In ways that you can't,
Yeah.
Our kids just, they love Ashley. But when are they coming over again? I'm like, when you're done playing hockey.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But hospitality is a big piece, right? I think this day and age, a lot of people aren't hospitable. They're not inviting people over, and it's we want to create an environment for that. That's our house, that's a place where you can meet and connect. So it's fun to do. It's just fun. It's fun to see. Our kids get to see it. They get to join in.
Yep.
They can see hospitality and just the love that gets poured out with that, which is so fun.
One of our greatest challenges at the Perry Center is finding mentors. It's a great challenge. I had to approach you and hard sell it a little bit. Well, more voluntelling you. But it is, because it is intended to be a lifetime thing. And so we do have a lot of mentors, but as soon as they get paired with someone, we'll never see them again, which is the point. So there's an end every time. And so we're constantly we need more people. And we've heard all of the excuses of, if it was a different season of my life, I totally do that. You know, if I wasn't so busy, I would totally do it. If I was a little bit older, I would totally, like, all of these things, and all of it can be true. But I think we often are in the way of what God is doing. And so creating that invitation, and so even right now, I've said this many times, but we have residents that don't have mentors. And I know right now you want to like sign up for all of them. I'll take them all. That's not how it works. But honestly, it's such a great challenge. And even with some of the guys that we've encountered, like, how do we mentor them? How do we build a group of men around them, an army? And so what kind of advice, or how could you spur on that next generation of mentors, besides giving me your cell phone and I'll send out a mass text like, hey guys, we're all doing this together? You know, how do we get people involved and understand that the need is real, and that it is kingdom work?
I mean, if people could just realize, like, it will bless you more than it even blesses them. You know, like, yes, you're going to give away your time and, you know, all the things, but it's such a privilege to be used by the Lord and to, like, partner with what he's doing. And I mean, being involved with Ashley and Brett has strengthened our faith, has inspired our faith, has, like, made us excited about what God's doing.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes we just kind of grow, what's the right word? Like, just
It gets mundane.
mundane. There we go.
Yeah.
You know, and, like, you know, walking alongside of them, it's like, oh my gosh, yes, God is up to something, you know. And, like, I mean, even since, it's just crazy how the Lord works and intertwined. Like, since we've been doing this mentorship, we've had family members now struggling in addiction and stuff. And just, like, I've, you know, now I'm sitting with Ashley and, like, okay, help me. Like, what's helpful? You know, like, what should I say to her, or what is not helpful, or, like, you know, how, I mean, so it's just cool. The Lord uses it in more ways than you can ever imagine.
Yeah.
You know, and the impact on our kids, and just, like,
What does that look like? Tell me a little bit more about, like, what is that impact?
I'll say we have a second grader.
Danny.
The littlest one?
No, third grader. Oh,
Come
God,
on.
drop the ball.
I do it all the
every
time.
night. So every night.
Oh yeah.
Every night we go to bed. And she always asks to pray. So she's a little prayer warrior, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But, like, she every night prays for them. Every night. And it's like, if I miss them, or, like, Andrea misses them, she's like, what about Ashley and Brett?
Yeah.
Which, like, it's such a cool thing. It's like, oh man. So I know every night Ashley and Brett are getting prayed for. If it's not by me, if it's not by Andrea, it's for sure by our daughter.
Yeah.
So, like, and that's just fun to be part of. So it's impacting her.
Yeah.
And it's more like, man, just keep going, like, praying, like, just, Lord, keep them going, sustain them, keep them moving forward in this process. Because, like, to hear where they were, to see what they're doing now, like, I'm just along for the ride. That's what I was telling her. It's like, it's just fun to see, man.
Yeah.
Like, to see this life change, because it's like sanctification over time, right? It's
Yeah.
like they continue to grow and change.
That's
But
so good.
It impacts our kids so much, because it's like, our daughter will pray.
Yeah.
And if we forget, she'll hold us accountable. It's like, hey, you didn't pray for them. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, yeah, let's do it. So,
Yeah.
which is fun.
Yeah, and I mean, they're so aware, right? I mean, they hear the conversations, and that's something that I love seeing even with my kids. They're here all the time. Actually, I had a meeting not too long ago. It was a suit and tie meeting. Everyone's sitting around the conference table with a whole bunch of other guys wearing suits and ties, and Rowan comes. Rowan is my youngest. She is a Spitfire, and she comes walking in, opens the conference room door, sits on my lap, and then almost looked like, all right, let's continue. And I was like, the CEO is here. But they're so aware of the surrounding and these women and what they're going through. And And so even if they're not hearing everything, they see it.
Oh, yeah.
They see like, man, this person's life is very different than mine. And what a model for you guys, like to be able to lead your family well and say, we're going to do this. We're not above it. We're not below it or anything. And they will remember those things forever. You know, I remember years back, my dad would just open the house to strangers. I thought it was crazy. Sometimes I still do. But like when we're talking about Christmases or anything, it was like, okay, Dad, how many people did you invite? Like who's actually going to show up? And just so that we know. But it's something that I always remember, the hospitality, creating a home, creating a space where anybody can feel comfortable. And so you guys are leading your family, and who knows future down the road what your kids will be like. I remember my parents doing this, and this is how they came alongside this couple. And so me in my current situation, I want to do the same thing. I think that's incredibly impactful. So our goal is to just grow the mentor program and get people excited. So if you're watching this and you want to get involved, reach out. The process is really simple.
Very simple.
What was that process? I mean, it's...
Oh, man. I think I just came in and talked to Rachel. Was that it?
The end. Like,
am I missing something? I don't know.
There's a simple application online, and just...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
We might have skipped that process for you. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I think I did do that.
Yeah, just an application, and it's an interview not for us to be like corner you with any questions, but just figure out your personality. How do you operate? What are you looking for? And we've gotten it wrong. I mean, it sounds bad, but like we kind of approach it in like a dating service where you're trying to find like the personalities that match. And
I actually appreciated that. I remember like at the interview, I think Ashley was still pretty new because I found out afterwards that she was there, but you guys wait a certain amount of time or something before you pair them or something like that. But I remember like in the waiting thinking like, I appreciated it thinking like, oh, they care, like they're praying about it.
Yeah.
I don't want to just be matched with
just
anybody, you know,
Yeah.
like I wanted it to be a God thing, you know?
Yeah. And it definitely was. So interview process, really simple, just to figure out that personality. And there's times we've gotten it wrong. I had a teenage resident. She was probably 15, I think. And so we're trying to look at mentors. I'm like, she's going to want somebody young, hip. Does anybody say hip anymore? I don't know. Like, just like somebody really cool. And so we put these people together, and it just wasn't going well. And I asked this resident, I was like, you know, is there something that we're missing? And she's like, I was really hoping for a grandma.
Oh.
And I was like, what? And she goes, I don't want someone like that's young. I just want someone that's a grandma. And I'm like, okay, we got it wrong. And so we fixed it, and we were able to like move mentors and residents and everything like that. But just slowing down, hearing what they're looking for, what they've experienced in life. You know, so the process is really simple. It's not a hard thing. It's about a once a week commitment is what we're trying to ask. Sometimes it's just going to coffee, doing lunch, or bigger things like, hey, we're going to hang out at the house, do some small group stuff, go to hockey games, whatever it is. But the most important thing is we're not looking for perfect people. And I think that's where there's the hang up. People are like, well, you know, my past or whatever. We're not interested. We're interested in people that are doing life different. And that's where the impact is going to be. And so I just appreciate you guys and your heart for this ministry and saying yes, even when it felt forced. So,
Of course.
yeah. Just convinced to do it. But honestly, when we look at just how mentorship should go, this is it.
Yeah,
And
it's been great.
And so just very quickly as we shift to kind of closing, you guys did a tour through the Perry Center. You've been supporting this place. What are some of the things that you're excited about when you are looking at the Perry Center? Because the building's beautiful. And building's beautiful, but there's amazing things happening and amazing things coming up. What are some of those things? What are those pieces that you're like, this is why we love this place? And maybe you don't. I'm just making the assumption that you do.
No, we do love this place.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that I think you guys do really well is relationships. And I think that's what these girls need, you know? I remember in the interview with Rachel, one of the things she said is like, we're looking for, you know, a mentorship is about like building a community around her so that when she leaves, you know, she has people and she has, you know, a home or like a family or whatever. And I think you guys do that well. Even like my daughter who's working here, you know, like she gets the chance to talk to the residents and like get to know them. I think you guys just do a good job of like it's not me versus you. Like we're in this together. You know, even my teenage daughter who's here, like she's not afraid to talk to the residents or like, you know what I mean? Like it's not like I'm an employee and you're, you know, it's just like a home and you're like showing them what it means to be a part of something and not be an island, and that people care. And I don't know, I admire that a lot.
I mean, yeah, 100%. It's that connecting the relationship piece, which is, you can see lives transform that way. Yeah, so I think it's just, 100%. Obviously, you have the facility. The place is beautiful.
Yep.
I mean, you have clinic, you have care for people. So you have, like, everything you need here, which, you know, earlier I was saying, like, what a model. Like, I can't believe this isn't in every city.
Right.
But at the end of the day, that model would be hard to kind of translate maybe because you honestly, the relationship piece is so big with you guys.
Yeah.
And it just transforms lives, which again, on this side of it, it's like such a cool thing to see. It's like, why aren't we a part of this? You know, like we can see these lives change, which is so cool.
Yeah.
So,
and that makes me so happy to hear, because that's my intentions with this whole place is we're relational, we're not transactional. And that's with our donors, that's with our volunteers, that's with our residents, that we will be relational in everything. We're not sitting having hard asks of like, okay, sign the dotted line here. We're just creating opportunities for people to invest. But even with our residents, if you look at what they've experienced, it's very transactional. And I'm not even talking about just their personal life decisions and all that stuff, which some of it can, but some of it is just when you're in institutions, when you're in recovery places, you are a number. It's sad to say, but it's, you do this, get it done, and then this will happen. Do this, this will happen. And when we can kind of flip it a little bit and just say, we're here to help you and guide you, slow you down, help you with decision making, bounce ideas, but also create the guardrails for you. We just see a lot of success. And one of the biggest things we hear is, you're my family, you're my home. And I think that says something, that we're not just a shelter or whatever. We just don't have time to do that. We got other things, bigger things. So.
And I think like you guys believe in the girls, you know? I think some of these girls, like maybe no one's ever believed in them, you know, that they could have a different life or, you know, and of course, like the truth, you guys speak the truth, and the truth will set us free, right?
Amen. Amen. We don't shy away from the gospel or any of that. And I think of Ashley, and I think she'd be fine if I shared this, but I was in Minneapolis a couple of weeks ago and get this text message, and it was from Ashley, and she goes, I love my job. Thank you so much for setting this up. I just got a raise and I'm so happy. And then I was like proud dad moment of like,
Yeah.
so great when they still are in contact and they see us as that home and that family. And so those wins, those things that, you know, we celebrate in our family, that we're folded into that we get to celebrate with them. So thank you guys so much for being on this podcast. If you want to catch other podcast episodes, make sure that you check them out on YouTube, Spotify, all the places that podcasts are on, I guess. And you can find all things Perry Center at perrycenter.org. Thanks.